You guys, welcome back to King Oles. And yes, obviously, last night it of course was Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. And yeah, du Plessis ended up getting a win over Sean Strickland via split decision in a very, very, very close fight. I have already done my post reaction to that fight. But, this is a video saying that I feel like we must get a rematch between Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis. I honestly feel like it's a must. First of all, I've got many reasons for it. First of all, who else is there other than either Sean Strickland or Cannonier who actually deserve a title shot? Adesanya does not. I've already made a video on that. Adesanya does not deserve the next title shot. I've said all my reasons in the last video. I don't think he'll get it either. Hopefully he does not. Whittaker lost to du Plessis in his last fight. And yeah, Adesanya obviously lost to Strickland in his last one. Marvin Vettori, no. Paulo Costa, no. Brendan Allen, not ready just yet. Chimaev, no. He's beaten Usman, and Usman's not even a middleweight, no. So yeah, and the list goes on. It's either Cannonier or Strickland. I feel like it has to be Strickland, in my opinion. Like, I'm not just saying it should be Strickland because I'm a huge Strickland fan. It should be Sean Strickland no matter what. And my reasons are, that was a very, very, very close fight that we saw last night. And I had Sean Strickland winning 3-2. I feel like it was very close. I'm going to say like how I scored it again, because I don't think I went into it enough detail in my post-fight review. So the first round, I feel like definitely went to Strickland. Strickland was completely outstriking Dricus throughout that first round, and was the main aggressor on the front foot. So yeah, Strickland won that first round. Round 2, I gave to Sean Strickland. Yes, I think that was the only round where du Plessis actually outlanded Strickland, but I still gave that round to Strickland because, and it's similar in that third and fourth round as well. So I gave that second round to Strickland because he was landing the more eye-catching shots. Yes, du Plessis landed more, but Strickland was landing the more eye-catching shots, and Strickland was the main one coming forward on the front foot in that second round. Was the main aggressor landing the more eye-catching shots. Rounds 3 and 4. So round 3, I gave it to du Plessis. Yes, Strickland was outlanding him in those rounds, but again, du Plessis was landing the more eye-catching shots. In rounds 3 and 4, Strickland was kind of just trying to cruise behind the jab quite a bit in those rounds, where du Plessis was mixing it up quite a bit more in that third and fourth round. So I feel like that's why those two go to du Plessis. Round 5 is 100% Sean Strickland. 100% that's Sean Strickland, in my opinion. Strickland was mixing it really well. Good shot selection, doing well with the jab, throwing out a good right hand, doing well with an overhand as well, Sean Strickland, in that 5th round. And yeah, so I think Strickland won the fight. It wasn't a robbery, but I think Strickland won because I feel like that second round you could give either way, but I gave it to Strickland based on, being, landing the better shots in that round. But yeah, look, again, rounds 3 and 4 are interesting as well, and you could possibly give one of them to Strickland as well. I don't know, but I feel like if there had to be a winner of that fight last night, if there had to be a winner, it was Sean Strickland. It wasn't du Plessis. If there had to be a winner, it was Sean Strickland, in my opinion. And for du Plessis to go on and win that title, against the champ that close, like, you never usually see it. You usually have to beat the champion more convincing than that. So it's a bit weird, in my opinion. And yeah, I am still pretty convinced that Sean Strickland won that fight, to be fair. Even though I don't think it was a robbery, but, I've watched it back and I still think Sean Strickland won that 3-2, and I scored it the exact same way. So yeah, watching that back, scored it the exact same way. But yeah, look, I'm not usually a massive fan, and I feel like many other MMA fans feel the same. Not usually a massive fan of fighters getting a shot, or getting a rematch, I say. Champions getting a rematch when, they haven't had any successful title defenses. But I feel like this one's different, though, because I feel like Strickland won the fight, and, that was so close. That's one of the closest fights that we've seen in the UFC in a very, very, very long time. So, that gets a pass because it was extremely close. And also, it was extremely entertaining. Who doesn't want to see a rematch? Who does not want to see a rematch between Strickland and du Plessis? Literally, surely everyone wants to see a rematch. Surely everyone does. And, you know, the third reason is, who else actually is there who actually deserves the title shot? It's either Strickland or Cannonier. That makes sense. Middleweight's a really weird division at the moment. It's a really strange division. I swear to God, if they give the title shot to Adesanya or Chimaev, I'll be Blade fuming. It should be Strickland at 301, I think. Strickland and du Plessis at 301. I don't think they'll be ready. I don't think either guy will be ready in time for 300. I think that's too much for a push. They both took a fair amount of damage. So I think they'll both look to be out in May, and hopefully we get this rematch in May. Because you never know, this rematch could be even better than the first. But again, I feel like when you get a fight that close, and the champion as well loses a fight in that close of a margin, even if they haven't had any title defenses, I think the champion, if the champion loses like that in that close of fashion, in that close of a fight, they deserve a rematch. So I think Sean Strickland deserves the rematch. And look, I also want to say, I've seen loads of people saying that Adesanya, Strickland's win over Adesanya was a fluke. I've seen so many people saying that. What are you on about, man? What are you on about? With how Sean Strickland performed last night, with Sean Strickland's performance last night, trust me, if Strickland fought Adesanya last night, Strickland would have done the exact same thing to Izzy. That fight with how Strickland fought last night, he would have done the exact same thing to Izzy as he did in the third fight. Strickland looked good in my opinion and arguably won that fight. So I don't know why people are saying, Strickland only had a fluke win and was only a fluke champion. No, he was not. I feel like du Plessis and Strickland, they both showed last night why these two are both the two. They showed why they're both the two top middleweights on the planet right now. That's also another reason why they should rematch. These two are two of the top middleweights on the planet right now. Simple as that. And it was such a close fight and so entertaining as well. It just makes all the sense in the world. I feel like after seeing that, I feel like a rematch between these two could do even better, could sell even more pay-per-views, because Strickland's obviously a massive name. We already knew that. Strickland's a massive name right now. And now I feel like du Plessis won the championship. It also builds up du Plessis stock as well. So I feel like a rematch does good on pay-per-view, and more people want to pay for it because it was such a close and great fight. So yeah, more people will want to watch that now, in my opinion. And I also feel like from this whole build-up and everything, Strickland's stock has risen even more as well than it already was. So yeah, give Sean Strickland the rematch. UFC 301, that's what I think. Thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching.